What's going on, guys? It's noname4505 here, and I'm bringing you guys a triple header, as the title will probably say if I can remember to do that, of NU games. Which, if you were around in the beginning, like when I was just starting my channel, you should know that I used to really enjoy playing lower tiers, and I uploaded them somewhat frequently, but I really don't enjoy playing them anymore, so I hardly upload them. So, if you're one of those people who actually enjoys lower tiers, then you guys will get a little treat today. Plus, this is actually against a very high-profile opponent named DittoCrow, who's a moderator on the Smogon forums. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure he's either the NU tier leader or or he's definitely a member on the tier council in NU. But I don't remember if he's actually the tier leader or he's just on the council. But he's a high-profile player, and I ended up getting matched against him round 1 of the NU Open as part of Smogon Grand Slam. So these should be some pretty good matches here. Best of 3 is what they are, and he's bringing stall as I'm bringing offense, which offense is pretty much the standard for NU nowadays. I guess it's a little bit more viable on Smogon than on PO because Houndoom is not NU on PO because Houndoom pretty much shits on ghost types, and that lets Sock shit on the rest of the tier. So, yeah, I apologize if my narration isn't 100% good because I had these matches a long time ago, and I'm just finally getting around to narrating them, so I apologize for that, but, yeah, I'm just gonna get in. So I'm just gonna lead off with Go Lurk, as he's going to lead off with Almamola. I'm gonna go out to my Electivus because I have to, and he is gonna go for the Toxic, but that's alright because I'm gonna spend most of the match volt switching around, so that's not gonna bother. It's not gonna bother me too much. The Toxic. He is gonna show that he is Toxic Protect, but almost all of Almamolas have Protect, since a lot of them are Wish, Protect, Toxic, and like Waterfall or Scald or whatever. Some water move, but anyways, he's just gonna go out to his Roselia because that's pretty obvious. I'm just gonna go for the Thunderbolts right here because I am Eviolite. I'm not Choice Scarf or anything. So I'm just gonna go for the Thunderbolt, trying to get as much damage on that Almamola, since I have to break down the Almamola and his Misdreavus for my CB Sock to win. But I'm gonna go out to my Gardevoir now, and he's just gonna lay up his first layer of spikes, and I don't have a Rapid Spinner, so those layer spikes are gonna be annoying, but as long as I can only limit him to 1 layer of spikes, it's not gonna be that bad. And now I'm just gonna go right for the Calm Mind because I am offensive Calm Mind, and he's just gonna bring out his Mandibuzz, which it's not a counter. He gets 2 KO by Focus Blast at +1, and he's just gonna roll me out. And I know now that these things run Foul Play, but because I don't play NU at all, I didn't know that Mandibuzz ran Foul Play. But I guess like a lot of dark types run Foul Play, which yeah, you see here that completely caught me off guard. But yeah, I just went right for the Focus Blast there. Oh my god. Yeah, I just went right for the Focus Blast to get damage on him because I didn't know that he had the Foul Play, but he does, and then my Golurk dies without doing anything, so that made me feel sad. But that's a free switch out to my Sock, which means unless he goes out to his Misdreavus, that means something's going to take big damage. And I go for the Stone Edge, predicting the switch out to the Misdreavus, but he goes up to Mersharna, and because I don't play NU, I didn't know that Mersharna was this bulky, so I'm like, holy crap, now I have to break down the Mersharna. So, it's fine though, because I have Skuntank, you know, I'm using the core, which is CB Sock, plus a Psychic type, which is, in my case, Gardevoir. Mersharna is probably a better option, but I want a Gardevoir, and a Pursuit Trapper, which if I was on PO would be Houndoom, but since we're not on PO, it's Skuntank. I have the core. And I'm going to reveal that I am a special defensive taunt set rather than one of the offensive mixed wall breaker sets, because I thought that set would be better because reasons. But yeah, like I said, I don't really play this tier. I don't know what to do, but I'm just gonna go out to Sock, thinking that I could just go right for the close combat and do damage to him, but he has the Volt Switch. And I should have been expecting that, but I didn't expect that because I'm a bad player. And now my Sock has to take Spikes damage and Volt Switch damage. And now I'm going to stay it in Stone Edge, predicting him to Moonlight, and I'm going to stay it in Stone Edge again, predicting him to Moonlight, but he goes to the Baton Pass, predicting my switch. So I'm getting damage off on his Musharna, which is good, because I have to break down his Musharna in order to win. I have to break down his physical defensive walls. He's going to go out to Almamola, and because of Regenerator, this thing's at full health, which is annoying as hell. And he's just going to wish up, and now my Electabuzz, because of spikes and toxic damage, is at low health. And he's probably going to go out to his Musharna, which I really can't do anything about. I'm pretty sure I just go for the Volt Switch. T-Bolt wouldn't have killed him anyway, but it's irrelevant, you know. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, but I just go for the Volt Switch, get a free switch out to Skuntank, and he's going to get all of his health back with the Wish. Now my Skuntank is in here, and I can just go for the Pursuit as he switched. Alright, not bad, not bad. And he's going to go to Probopass, and one of the disadvantages of not having a move like Flamethrower means I really can't touch Probopass, since I'm pretty sure my other moves are, let's see, I have Pursuit, Taunt, I know I have Sucker Punch, and I don't remember what my last move is, but that's one of the problems of not having the move, Flamethrower, holy crap, because now Probopass can wall me. And right now, I'm getting shit on because I'm not able to break down his walls, and slowly but surely he's wearing down my health, and it's like, if I go out to Electabuzz to try and beat his Almamola, he can just get a free switch out to Roselia, and continue and set up hazards, and since I don't have a Rapid Spinner, I can't do anything. And that's one of the things about Inu, is that it's super easy to stack hazards, because there isn't a good Rapid Spinner. Like, the best Rapid Spinner in the tier is like War Turtle, and it's fucking War Turtle. So he's just gonna go for another layer of spikes. I'm gonna go out to Jeffree Star here, and I'm just gonna set up the CM on the switch, because he has to switch now, because if he doesn't, then my Electabuzz can start putting in some work and volt switching on things if he doesn't have his Roselia. So again, I'm just gonna Calm Mind on the switch, and my Shadow Ball is a 2-hit KO on the Misdreavus, and he is gonna go for the Perish Song, but I can take out the Misdreavus. Now Jeffree Star, the Gardevoir, is going to put in some work here, because now he's going to take out the Misdreavus, and it does good work against the Musharna, and it can do some good work against the Almamola, since I'm fairly certain my final move is Thunderbolt. So he's going to go out to Probopass, trying to bait out the Focus Blast. Actually, my final move is Focus Blast. I'm a retard. But yeah, he's just going to go out to Roselia, trying to bait out my Focus Blast, and I didn't think he would actually go for the Roselia switch there. I thought he would use his Sturdy and try and get up his Stealth Rock, since I don't have a Rapid Spinner. But he actually decided, in the long term of things, Roselia was probably the better play, so he made the better play in that situation. And then I just decided to kill the Roselia and go for the Psychic, which in turn takes out my Gardevoir. But at the same time, it's not that big of a deal. And I'm just gonna go to my Electabuzz, because I just wanted to see what he would bring in, since I would die to another round of spikes. And he goes out to his Almamola, and he can just go for the Protect, but on the off chance he didn't go for Protect, then I could get a Thunderbolt on him, but the Protect, it was the optimal play, it's what he had to do. So I can just go out to Sock now, knowing I can 2-hit KO the Almamola, and yeah, he can Wish and do all of that, but it's not a problem. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to stay in and go for the close combat again, and he can just Protect for free. Or go out to his, Musharna, that's actually better. And since I don't have hazards up, this close combat isn't able to KO him. If I managed to get Stealth Rocks up with my Golurk, this Musharna would be dead, but that's not the case. So, like I said, I gained back a bit of momentum with Gardevoir killing his Misdreavus and his Roselia, but now, again, I'm losing that momentum because of my inability to break his physically bulky Pokemon. And now I'm going to go out to Sock, predicting the Psychic, because he could just Baton Pass out of my Skuntank, and my Pursuit won't even be a 2-hit KO if he stays in, so I figured he would just Psychic, and if I go out to Skuntank, then he can just Pursuit out easily, because he did get his health back with the Wish. If I stayed in, then my Sock would be dead, but he just Baton Passes right out to Probopass, and he just doubles out to Alamomola as I just go for the crunch because these spikes are super annoying and I can't do anything about them. So I'm just going to stay and go for some crunches, trying to get some defense drops and wear down this Alamomola's health. And I actually do a nice amount of damage to it, and because of Aftermath, this Alamomola is going to die. So it's all up to Sock and Ludicolo. I'm going to go out to Ludicolo now because I can outspeed pretty much everything on his team, and I can 2-hit KO pretty much everything on his team with Ludicolo. So I'm going to go for the Surf and do a fair amount of damage to him as he gets off the Toxic on me, which is a problem. But I went for the Surf first because, again, if I had Stealth Rocks, I would have set up a Rain Dance here because actually he has leftover, so it wouldn't have mattered. But I wanted to break his Sturdy first of all and not set up the Rain Dance. But he gets off the Toxic on me, and between Life Orb and Toxic damage, my Ludicolo was getting worn down very quickly. And now I can go to Musharna, and I'm pretty sure he can live a Surf, so I'm just going to go for the Surf. That's not even a 2-hit KO. And now I could have potentially just gone for the Rain Dance so his Moonlight would not heal as much health, plus my Surfs would be doing more. So you know, looking back on the situation here, going for the Surf may have, or not going for the Surf, going for the Rain Dance there may have potentially been the better play, but you know, it doesn't even matter at this point because if I set up a Rain Dance there, then I'd only be able to get off like a hit, and his Musharna would be on low HP, and his Mandibuzz would be able to beat my Sock 1v1. Or actually, I'd have to come down to a Stone Edge, which is pretty risky, so yeah, if I had gone for Rain Dance there, I still may have won, but it comes down to how much speed does his Musharna run, and if I could hit the Stone Edge, because I'm pretty sure if he runs, like, if he's like a speedy Stall Breaker set, then Musharna still might have been able to outspeed me, but that's not what happens, and yeah, at the end of the day, it's just going to be GG. I kind of underestimated Musharna's bulk because, yeah, I don't really play this tier. But that was game 1. Here's game 2 now, and using a different team here, obviously. But yeah, I'm just going to lead out with Scolipede because I noticed that he does not have a Rapid Spinner on his team, so I can begin stacking my hazards very early because, like I said, spike stacking and just hazard stacking in general is so broken in this tier. Like, because there just isn't any good Rapid Spinners. So I'm going to go for the Toxic turn 1 with Scolipede because Mandibuzz, I figured it would either go for the Taunt, the Foul Play, or the Whirlwind. And Scolipede, or Mandibuzz, as long if it's not running Brave Bird, can't touch Scolipede. So, yeah, plus Toxic on a bulky Pokemon like that is really good. Plus he's using the same team. He probably changed some EVs and stuff, but it's the same team. So I managed to get up 2 layers of spikes on him, missed a couple of things, but he does get up rocks on me. And I know this Probopass can't really touch my War Turtle outside of Toxic, but the threat of Scald is annoying. So I figured he would stay in and go for Toxic, and I could go for the Rapid Spin, but he actually does go out to Misdreavus, as he gets off a Foresight on me, and that is annoying because War Turtle doesn't have any reliable recovery, so he can wear me down really quickly. Plus his Spiker is Roselia, which beats War Turtle anyway, so that's a thing. But I'm just going to go out to Braviary because I'm sub-bulk up, and because last game he had Spikes, which I'm assuming he has to have this game too because, you know, Stall really likes Spikes. I can just switch in sub-bulk up Braviary for free, and because sub-bulk up Braviary is pretty bulky, I could just switch it in on Roselia, and he's going to go to Alamomola, seeing if I'm like choiced it or something, but I go for the substitute, get off a bulk up, and I could just keep bulking up for free because Alamomola can't do anything to me because it doesn't have a phasing move. So he's forced to go out to Mandibuzz, and I could just go right for the Brave Bird, and at +2 that does over half, and with the Toxic damage, putting this Mandibuzz on a timer, I'm good to go. I'm going to go out to Golurk, predicting the Probopass switch, because my Scolipede, since it has Toxic and not EQ or anything, can't really touch Probopass, and that gives me free Stealth Rock, and again, since he doesn't have a Rapid Spinner, just getting more hazards on him and stacking hazards is going to be beneficial. So I'm just going to go for the Toxic on the Misdreavus, because I don't know if he has Heal Bell on that, or actually he probably doesn't have it on Alamomola, so I'm just seeing if he has it on Misdreavus or he has some other move to put on Misdreavus. And just getting in on the timer is an in general good thing, and if he turns out to have the heal bell, then instead of going for heal bell on, or not heal bell, toxic on the mischievous, then I could just go for some more hazards, and he is just going to go out to 2 mischievous as I show that I am sub-CM superior, and mischievous can't do anything to me unless it has perish song, so, which it does. But I was just waiting to see if he changed it because I thought it would be really unusual for him to bring the exact same team, so I figured he might change some movesets trying to play some mind games with me. So I'm just going to go for another Calm Mind anyway. And he does have Roselia, which is a pretty hard check to my superior. But I'm just going to go for Sin Powers because his Roselia doesn't have any reliable recovery. So unless it has rest, if it has rest, then you know, there'd be some problems, which it probably does have. But if it has rest, then I'll just have to predict what he wants to do, and that'll give me a free switch pretty much out to Scolipede. But yeah, he fires off his Mandibuzz, and I go out to Scolipede because Perish Song, and he has Alamomola in here. And I'm going to be able to lay up some hazards, and I'm going to go out to Braviary. I don't even know why I went out to Braviary. I'm pretty sure I predicted the Mischievous switch, and I can set up on Mischievous all I want. Unless it has Taunt, which because it has Perish Song and probably... I'm pretty sure it has Heal Bell. I don't remember if it does have Heal Bell, but if it does have Heal Bell, and as long as it doesn't have... Or actually has Perish Song, what the fuck am I saying? I don't remember why I went out to Braviary, because my memory is trash, but whatever. And I'm just going to go for the Calm Mind. I know the threat of Toxic is there, but I know he's going to Wish up, so I'm just going to go for the Calm Mind. And then I know the switch out to Mischievous is incoming, but I figured that he might go for the Toxic, predicting me to Calm Mind again. So I'm just going to go for the Calm Mind, and then I'm just going to go for the Giga Drain because Perish Song is incoming. So I just want to get some damage off on him before I start setting up too much. And then he is just going to go out to the Roselia, and because of all these hazards, I Calm Mind there again. I'm not sure why. I guess I just wanted to do more damage, but I should have Calm Mind earlier. I don't understand. But the point is that this Roselia is dead, I'm at +2 behind a sub, and I perish the next turn. So he gets a free thing off on the Alamomola, free Wish, but he actually goes to Protect because, I'm pretty sure because last game I stayed in with my Gardevoir just to get some damage off, and I could have KO'd the Alamomola at +2. So he protected just to scout, which is fine. And then he gets a Wish off, and then dogs are barking, which is a problem, but whatever. So I get up some Toxic Spikes, get some Toxic off on the Mischievous. I'm pretty sure we just saw Heal Bell, but because dogs barking, I really don't remember. And now I get off all my Toxic Spikes, which that was just to wear down the Ursharna and the Alamomola, because now that it has Heal Bell and the Mischievous, I can just do that, and I'm just gonna fodder off Mischievous here. Not Mischievous, Scolipede. Holy crap, these narrations are gonna be such fucking trash, but I just fodder off Scolipede here because I can't switch into the Stealth Rock anymore. And he fodders off his Ursharna, and now he's gonna go to Probopass, and I can't do anything else, so I just Toxic in case he wanted to double out to Mischievous or Alamomola, or mostly Mischievous because, yeah, Toxic Spikes. But he just stays in with Probopass knowing I can't touch him. And now this turn I just go right for the Calm Mind because I know that he has Perish Song. I figured he would go for that first, and I didn't want my health to die from not having a sub. And now this turn he's just going to go for the Perish Song here. And here I go for the substitute, predicting either the Will-O-Wisp or the Pain Split, which it turns out that he has the Pain Split, so actually I predicted the Will-O-Wisp. I'm not even going to try and say I knew he had Will-O-Wisp. I didn't think he would have Will-O-Wisp, or not Will-O-Wisp, oh my god, Pain Split. So that's why I went for the sub. But turns out he had the Pain Split, which works out anyway, and now because I die next turn, and Superior is my win condition, I just end up getting, I just got to my Golurk because it's a good switch to Probopass. He goes for the Toxic, predicting that play, but it doesn't even matter. And I know that Mischievous has to come in sometime, so I keep going for Shadow Punches here, which may seem kind of weird because I'm just taking unnecessary Toxic damage. But I just wanted to hit his Mischievous and on the switch, and I knew that since Probopass didn't have any reliable recovery, I would at least be getting damage on it. And you know, it's Iron Fist boosted, so Alamomola wouldn't like it either. So I just go out to Superior now because Mischievous has Foul Play as its main move. So Golurk has to die, but it won't even be able to break my sub in one hit. So I can just go for the Substitute and get off of Calm Mind. And now I go for the Substitute again because I know that he can't break my sub with the Foul Play. And if he goes to the Perish Song, then that means I can get free damage off on the Mischievous and on the Alamomola. So he's just going to keep going for Foul Play, not wanting me to get up a Substitute or anything. So he just goes for the Foul Plays repeatedly, and then I'm able to get off a Giga Drain, and because of those 2 layers of Toxic Spikes, this Alamomola is on a timer. But my Superior at +1 can take out the Alamomola, and I can win anyway. So let's go on to game 3, but first I'm going to see why my dog was barking, and I'm just going to pause real quick. And I have no idea why my dog was barking, but it doesn't even matter. So I'm just gonna lead out with my Seismitoad because the only thing on this team that beats Seismitoad is Exeggutor. And at this point it was a mind game for him between going for Sleep Powder or the Grass move. I figured he would go straight for the Grass move, but he ends up going for the Sleep Powder, which is bad because my Skuntank is out of commission. And now he's just gonna go out to his Garbodor. Because he really can't do anything to Exeggutor. He can't do anything to my Skuntank, his Exeggutor. So I'm going to go out to Electros as he goes out to Garbodor. He gets off his spikes, but it's alright though because I could just Volt Switch out into my Seismitoad and get off my Stealth Rock, which again, he has no Rapid Spinner. So he can't spin away those Stealth Rock. Ugh. And now my Seismitoad can just go for the Earth Power, and he's gonna be surprised here because for whatever reason I have him power Ice instead of Ice Beam. But I outspeed his Exeggutor anyway because I believe Seismitoad is naturally faster than Exeggutor. I could be wrong though, but I take him out regardless. It doesn't even matter what I have. But for whatever reason I just have him power Ice, but it doesn't even matter. So I'm just gonna leave in Seismitoad trying to do as much damage to this Looky because I need to break down his walls because he's using Stall again. And for whatever reason I don't have Power Ice or whatever. So I end up getting paralyzed with the Body Slam, which is unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter too much, I don't believe. So I'm going to go to Torterra because Torterra can threaten out Looky, plus I figured he would Wish. So I can, I'm a Rock Polish set, so I can begin doing damage to him. And I was going to go to his Mandibuzz, that's pretty obvious. So I would have predicted and go for the Stone Edge, but he turns out he's actually physically defensive. The majority of Mandibuzzes are either speedy to be stall breakers, or they're specially defensive. From what I understand, like I said, I don't play NU, so I could be completely wrong there, and everyone can flame me saying that I'm a retard, faggot, whatever you want to say. But I thought he was going to be special defensive, or a stall breaker one, and then I could break him down easy. But it turns out he's physically defensive, so he doesn't die, and he's at full health, so that's a problem. But he goes out to, or I go out to Electros because I figured I could take the Foul Play pretty well, and that's not the best, but it's alright. And then I predict to switch out to Seismitoad because it's a pretty obvious switch, and I can just KO him with Grass Knot because, yeah, again, that Seismitoad was his ground type, so it was the only thing immune to me going for Volt Switch and getting momentum. So taking that out means that my Electros has the potential to put in a lot of work now. And I'm just going to fire up my Seismitoad because it's paralyzed, and he's just going to go to his Looky and throw up a Wish to potentially heal up the Garbodor. So I think I'm just going to go for Earth Power here in case he wanted to switch out to Garbodor to heal it up. But he just goes out to he doesn't go out to holy crap. He doesn't go out to Body Slam. He goes to the Body Slam, takes me out, and his Looky's at full health now. That gives me a free switch out to Suck. And by the way, my Expert Belt, that's meant to bluff a Scarf set, which is why there's no Mold Breaker. So I am just going to go for the Close Combat, I believe, and he has Rocky Helmet, which is a problem, but that's kind of standard on Garbodor, I think. And even though I said I was Expert Belt, I'm just going to go for the Close Combat again because I don't want to reveal my bluff to him. And yeah, Aftermath, Rocky Helmet damage, that's doing a lot of damage. And kind of looking back on it, I kind of wished I hadn't tried to bluff the Scarf so bad, because that may have potentially just won me this game. So I'm going to go out to Electros here. That's a big fuck up. What I should have done is gone out to either Skuntank as Death Fodder, because he doesn't have his Electros anymore, or Torterra as death fodder. One of the two would have been better instead of Electros, because the reason why I go to it is because I thought that Electros was faster than Mandibuzz, because, like I said, I don't play this tier. I thought Electros was faster, and because I didn't think he would run into speed investment, because I saw the that he was able to take my Stone Edge from Torterra, but unfortunately that doesn't happen. So I should have gone up to Torterra as death fodder, and then I could have gone up to Electros and gone for the Volt Switch, and that may have even gone as far as changing the outcome of this game right here. That was my big fuck up, but that doesn't happen. So Electros dies for nothing. Torterra dies for getting a bit of damage on Mandibuzz. And now I could just go out to Sock, and close combat will take him out from here, even though I'm not choice banded. So he's gonna go out to his Regirock, and my close combat is actually gonna. Or I go for the Stone Edge here because because close combat probably wouldn't have taken him out. And now I reveal my bluff here that I am expert belt, and I actually get min damage here because I'm pretty sure the damage roll that I got, which was about 70%, 69%, well, 69, but that's min damage on the Regirock, and that really wouldn't have mattered anyway because he had Rocky Helmet, and I didn't expect a Rocky Helmet. But yeah, he just goes for the Toxic as I reveal my Musharna. Set Twitch is actually Offensive Life Orb, and I don't think I have Heal Bell. Had I had Heal Bell, this may have been a different game because it may have allowed me to win. But I don't have Heal Bell, so all it really is it's just whatever at this point because I end up losing anyway. Because yeah, I don't know what else to say, you know. I can't beat his Licky plus his Mandibuzz at this point. So I'm just going to keep going for Psychic, trying to get special drops on it, and then I'm just going to go for the Signal Beam, trying to get some confusion. But it turns out that this Licky has own tempo, which I thought was kind of funny. You know, I'm pretty sure Licky gets Cloud 9, which I would assume he would run because, you know, Manual Weather is a threat in NU because, like, there's a ton of Chlorophyll abuses like Saucebuck, Victory Bell, and then there's Ludicolo. And there's probably some other Swift Sim abuses that I can't think of right now. So that's why I went for Signal Beam, trying to get some Confusion Headaches, but I didn't notice that he didn't have Cloud 9. So at this point, I just lose to a combination of Licky plus Mandibuzz. So he's just going to go out to Mandibuzz to pass the Wish. And my Crunch, which I'm pretty sure I go for, doesn't even kill. I think that's min damage too, but it probably isn't because Mandibuzz surprised me with its bulk once, wouldn't surprise me again. And I don't care enough to calc because, like I said, I'm just only playing the match out because this is a tourney game, you know, and I can potentially get like a lot of defense drops with the Crunch, and that's pretty much what I have to do at this point. Is just keep going for Crunch, hoping for defense drops, and just I could taunt him so he doesn't roost up. But I'm pretty sure I'm using the same, you know, attacking set with like taunt and some dark moves or whatever instead of a mix set. Had I been using a mix set, this again could have been different, but oh well. I'm just blabbering on at this point. There's not much left to say, you know. He wins, I lose, you know. I don't know. Even though I really didn't know, I don't really know NU too well. I feel like in this game especially, I choked and I could have won. In the first game, it was kind of a 50-50, and even though I made the wrong... What am I saying 50-50 for? Like, I just didn't make the right play, but, like, I don't know the tier well enough, like, damage calcs off the top of my head to say if that really mattered or not. Like, it may have been the better play, but at the end of the day, I doubt going for Rain Dance as opposed to Surf on his Musharna with my Ludicolo way back in Game 1 would have mattered, but this game, that was definitely a fuck-up, and had I not fucked up like that and just death foddered off Skuntank, or even Torterra would have been pretty good too, but Skuntank especially, since I was asleep and didn't do too much, would have been better, and then I could have just gotten a free switch out to Electros, but like I said, I thought Electros outsped, but he's running speed investment, so that's a thing, but whatever, there were still 3 pretty good games, and yeah, NU is never going to come to my channel anytime soon. So I hope you all enjoyed anyway, and yeah, peace. Also, Sapphire Randomizer up tomorrow.